So there are 8 comic book movies coming out next year in the cinema, 8 superhero movies I should say coming out next year in the cinema, when you include the Lego Batman movie and the 2 episodes of the new Inhumans IMAX TV series. I'll include that in this list. This list is going to be my rankings of all those 8 movies that are coming out next year. So let's start off with number 8, Lego Batman movie. This movie is obviously number 8 because it's obviously Lego. It's not gonna be a big blockbuster. It's just gonna be like a family movie. This is just the kind of movie that you just want to go out to just enjoy yourself. It's not gonna be anything serious in my opinion. So that's why it's my number 8. That's why it's my 8th most anticipated of the year in terms of superhero movies, I should say. There are definitely movies in which I'll be more intrigued to see than this movie that is not on this list because they're not comic book movies. But moving on to number 7 is the Inhumans TV series, movie, whatever you want to call it. I don't know at this point. But the reason why it's so low on this list is because it's not exactly a movie, if you know what I mean. That's why it's so low, but I included it in the list anyway because it's going to be released in the cinemas. That's why I included it in the list. Let's just move on to the more serious stuff, starting up with number 6, Logan. Logan is the final appearance for Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. And whether this remains to be true or not, I think it is his last appearance because why would they hype it up so much that it's going to be his last appearance? But if it isn't his last appearance, then he's going to go out with a bang. I have no doubt. I can't wait to see this movie. The reason why it's so low on this list is simply because the X-Men movies are just not as interesting as the Marvel and DC movies in my opinion. That's why it's so low on the list, minus Deadpool. Deadpool was on a different level than the original X-Men movie. Yeah, Hugh Jackman's Wolverine is my favorite part about the entire X-Men franchise. Him and Deadpool, I should say. Now Deadpool. But it's still not enough to hype me for this movie, if you know what I mean. That's why it's so low. Number 5 is Thor Ragnorok. And now struggling to choose which is going to take my 5th spot between 4th and 5th because I'm equally excited for both. But I decided to go with Thor as number 5 simply because the Thor movies have been the worst in the MCU. His franchise is the least interesting in my opinion. Thor 2 is the worst MCU movie in my opinion. So that doesn't really help, if you know what I mean. But Thor 3 has Hulk and they're doing Ragnarok. Like, I'm very excited for that. That's why I was considering it to be my number 4, but I just decided to go with number 5. So my 4th most anticipated comic book movie of 2017 is Wonder Woman. And this is the first female-led superhero movie of this generation. We've never had one. That's why I'm so excited to see this movie. I'm excited to see Gal Gadot's portrayal as Wonder Woman yet again because she was great in Batman v Superman with what little screen time she had. So I'm really excited to see a whole movie centered around her. And this movie is kind of like the Captain America of the DCEU in my opinion because Captain America, Wonder Woman, they're both out of their time. They're both people out of time. So yeah, she's basically the Captain America of the MCU and they both have shields as well. Coincidence. Number 3, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. This trailer sold me. The trailer of the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, the teaser one I should say, definitely confirmed the 3rd spot. Before, I would say Wonder Woman was my 3rd, but after seeing the Guardians of the Galaxy teaser trailer, nah, Guardians of the Galaxy is my number 3. I can't wait to see this movie. Baby Groot is the one I'm looking most forward to seeing, and I can't wait to see Ego Deliver Planet. I don't know how they're gonna do that. We just have to wait and see. But so many mysteries about this movie, so many interesting things I want to know. I just can't wait to see this movie. Guardians of the Galaxy, number 3. Number 2, Justice League. Now, many of you will be saying, why Justice League not number 1? Well, let me just explain number 1 in a minute, but for now, let me just talk about Justice League and why it's number 2. Justice League is number 2. Yeah, it's not my number 1, but it's my 2nd most anticipated movie, so yeah, what's wrong with that? That's my opinion anyway. This is the first movie where we're gonna get the likes of The Flash, Wonder Woman, Batman, Aquaman, Superman, Cyborg, and possibly Green Lantern all joining together, all appearing on the same screen at the same time. Like, I can't wait to see that, especially The Flash and Batman, because as we saw in the teaser trailer, that the interaction between Barry and Bruce, it was just hilarious to watch, and we're going to get more of that in the movie. That's very exciting. And we're going to get a prequel to Darkseid as well, which is the DCEU's big bad, which is basically the Thanos of the DCEU. And I know Darkseid came before Thanos, but let's just say Thanos came first in the movie. Let's just say that. And also, apparently Deathstroke is going to be in this movie as well. Deathstroke being my #1 villain of all time, I'll take anything Deathstroke, so I'm really excited to see this movie. My #1 most anticipated 2017 comic movie is Spider-Man Homecoming. Why is that #1? Spider-Man, I keep saying this all the time, Spider-Man is my #1 hero, so how could it not be my #1 most anticipated movie of the year? How could it not? And I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but Amazing Spider-Man 2 is my favorite Spider-Man movie. I said it there. I openly admit it. Amazing Spider-Man 2 is my favorite Spider-Man movie. I know it's not the best Spider-Man movie. Spider-Man 2 is the best movie, but Amazing Spider-Man 2 is my favorite one. So I really want Spider-Man Homecoming to now be my #1 Spider-Man movie of all time. And this Spider-Man movie is going to be a very different take than the previous ones. This one's going to be focused in high school. Yeah, the other ones were focused in high school, but that was only for like brief moments. This one's going to be taken throughout a trilogy in high school. So I can't wait for that. And also we're going to get a whole new rogue gallery of villains like the Vulture, which we never seen before in the previous movies. So this is obviously a different take on Spider-Man. So how would you guys rank these 2017 comic book movies? Do you agree with my list? Share your thoughts down below in the comments. What do you guys think of my list? Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Share the video with your friends. Like and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you guys later for more videos.